My memories of myself as a kid were always super confident, happy, enthusiastic, and just overall very carefree. I walk like this with my tummy hanging out. My mom would always say, Anushka was always a bindas kid. I can't really pinpoint when it was in those years that self-doubt entered my life. All I remember is that one day I was carefree and the next I felt out of place, strangely ashamed and extremely conscious of how I looked. School wasn't the problem. I loved my friends. But it was around middle school when my sense of identity began to develop that I could never really shake off the feeling of being the odd one out, and solely because of my size. It felt as if I was this weird ostrich-like creature whose best friends were all nothing like her. At home, things weren't too different. Looking back, I did look my age, but when you have an inherently skinny and younger-looking older sister, it's difficult to have that perspective. Even as a kid, I was very aware of the casual comments made by random acquaintances or total strangers. I was very used to answering the "Hi moti ka" question with a shake of my head. I loved my sister. I had no resentment towards her. It confused me though why people asked that question that way. Was it a bad thing that they thought I was older? Was it because I was bigger? Was that a bad thing to be? And then, the worst thing that can happen to a self-doubting almost teenager. Puberty. Puberty hit and how? And it was followed by the ugly duckling phase. I was accompanied by friends who looked just as awkward, but somehow it always felt like they were just a little bit better off because they were skinny. Anyway, puberty came and my self-confidence took this deep dive. Braces, bad posture, inability to deal with bodily changes, growing self-hate, check, and check. From a bindas kid, I became a self-conscious, self-doubting, self-hating teenager. I cried in the bathroom when a classmate called me a road roller behind my back. I stopped wanting to buy clothes because I dreaded the trial room. I lost my appetite when a relative pointed out I looked healthy. I traced my finger over parts of my body and prayed there was a fishing net I could throw over myself to cut out all of those undesirable bits. I was just 14. I completely despised the mirror, covered my arms at all times, stopped wearing shirts and dresses, and made every attempt to hide my body from the world. I started believing thin was beautiful and worthy and anything else was simply not. What hurts me most is how my relationship with food changed. I started looking at food as the enemy and my body as disgusting. It was around this time that I got out of school and the fear of going to college looking like this began to set in. From being somebody who loved to eat, I began obsessively counting calories. I would work out for 3 hours every day and keep a strict eye on my diet. I wasn't allowed cheat days, and if I did, I punished myself. People said things like, "Wow, you've lost so much weight. It's the best you've ever looked." I started to have a sharp jawline, a flat stomach, and I was now fitting into clothes I had earlier only dreamed of wearing. So I continued that way. I was a relentless, strict disciplinarian to my 16-year-old self. Everything was under control until I moved away to study. My days got busier, food habits erratic, and my sleep schedule went for a complete toss. I barely had any time to exercise, and before I knew it, those kilos I had lost started to pile back on. Desperate to keep the weight off, I did what I knew best. I punished myself. I began eating just 2 meals, sometimes just 1 meal per day, suppressing hunger and binging and purging when it got too much. It was a complete downward spiral. In my 3rd year, I went abroad for a semester. I was determined to experience the European life and I did just that. I made some lovely friends, took some new classes, drank lots of wine and ate lots of yummy food. I ate to comfort myself when I cried for days. I ate when I felt lonely, and I ate when I felt this strange, deep sadness which I couldn't explain to anybody. 4 months into my stay, I was the heaviest I had ever been. Desperate for a quick fix, I started to eat less, some days eating only cereal until my entire body started feeling tremors. I came back from 6 months in Europe at my lowest mentally and at my heaviest yet weakest physically. Eating disorders, body dysmorphia, depression, these things happen to other people, right? People who don't have the access to resources or a good support system. These things don't happen to me. I'm far too loved and privileged to have any of these problems. But the truth is, you could have the most loving parents, a rock-solid support system, and all the privileges you need to feel good about yourself, and you could still be staring at the mirror, crying your eyes out, not finding one good thing you feel about yourself. These experiences are etched in my memory, and I never want to forget them because they remind me of a time I never want to go back to. I don't want to feel unfit, unworthy, or unhappy like that ever again. I'd be lying if I said it was easy. After countless bad diets, erratic workout decisions, and years of misunderstanding my self-hate, it's taken me 3 years to come to a place of acceptance and love. My body isn't a shell that I'm trapped in, it's a safe space that's always been there for me. Changing my mindset and how I spoke to myself was half the battle won. I stopped looking at exercising as punishment for what I ate, but to celebrate what my body can do. I let myself enjoy food again without worrying about it staying forever on my hips. I task myself every day to look in the mirror and find at least one thing that I appreciated about my body. Today, I genuinely love how I look. The curves, the bulges, the bounces, the lack of a sharp jawline, everything. I started to see how forgiving my body had been and how willing it was to change even after I put it through all that pain. I'm not the skinniest I have ever been, but I'm definitely the strongest and the happiest I have ever been, and that's what truly matters the most. I wish there was one secret. I really do, but there isn't. Learning to value holistic wellness over thigh gaps may have helped. Surrounding myself with people who cared about me no matter what in real and social media circles may have helped. Changes in mindset, reflection, and journaling may have helped. Resolving deep-seated issues in therapy may have helped. Or perhaps it was all of these together. All I can say to anybody who feels stuck in their body, who feels bitter and out of place when they look in the mirror, I get it. And that feeling really sucks. And it's not going to be easy, but things will change when you decide they need to. You have the power. On days I struggle to love myself, I try to remember my body is unique. It's the only one I have, and I need to love it and respect it. You need to remember you are strong, you are beautiful, and you are worthy of love at every step. Today, try to look at yourself in the mirror, and instead of focusing on the bits you'd want to change, try to find one thing that you love and say it out loud. Appreciate the lines, the textures, and the forms of your body out loud. Give it a big hug and remember you only get one for your entire life. So keep it safe, treat it with respect, and show it the kindness and love that it deserves every single day.